Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into a topic that feels incredibly relevant right now.
Definitely.
It's critical thinking. We're looking at it through the lens of Murat Dermis's work. Critical thinking is your superpower, especially his idea of our current age of answers.
Yeah, and it's a great framing because, think about it. We're just surrounded, really saturated with these super simple, super fast answers.
Everywhere. Smart speakers, social media feeds.
Exactly. You get these quick takes on really complex stuff. And Dermis has this great line. He calls these answers often cheap, abundant, disposable, and often as shallow as a puddle.
Ouch. But it rings true, doesn't it?
It really does. And the core issue he raises, the really critical point,
Yeah.
is that we're maybe running out of and starving for the ability to think critically. Starving for it.
That's a strong way to put it. Starving for critical thinking. What does that actually look like day to day?
Well, I think it means we're losing that habit, that ability to just pause for a second, to really engage with what we're seeing or hearing, and ask those basic foundational questions, like, is this actually true?
Or who benefits if I believe this? That's a big one.
Huge. Or even just, okay, what am I not seeing here? What's missing?
Right.
And he's clear, this kind of thinking, it isn't easy. It's slow, messy, and often uncomfortable.
Yeah, much easier to just grab the quick answer.
Of course. But the risk, he argues, is that we become passive consumers. Just, taking stuff in rather than actively participating and understanding it.
Settling for the illusion of knowledge, not the reality of wisdom. I like that distinction.
Exactly. So this deep dive, it's really meant to be like a toolkit, helping you build skepticism, ask better questions.
And embrace that messiness, that complexity.
Right, in a world that really, really wants to oversimplify everything.
Okay, so let's dig into one of the main roadblocks Dermis identifies. He calls it the seduction of certainty.
Ah, yes, certainty. It feels good, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. He describes it like a warm blanket on a cold, chaotic night. It whispers, "You've got this. You're safe. You're right."
And who doesn't want to feel right, especially when things feel chaotic?
But the danger, he points out, is how this craving for certainty often pushes us into what he calls binary thinking.
Yeah, that black or white thinking. Right or wrong, us or them, no room for nuance.
It gives you that feeling, that illusion of control, I suppose, in a world that feels impossibly complex.
But it's a trap. A huge obstacle to real critical thought. It makes me think of that Bertrand Russell quote.
Oh, the one about fools and fanatics.
That's the one. The whole trouble with the world is that fools and fanatics are always so sure of themselves, and cleverer people are so full of doubt.
It's so true, and you see it playing out online, don't you? The internet was meant to be this amazing space for debate, this sprawling agora.
Yeah, the promise was huge.
But often it just becomes an echo chamber, right?
Exactly. The algorithms, well, they often end up rewarding the loudest, the simplest takes.
Complex ideas get boiled down to slogans, memes.
Things that are easily shareable, yeah. And in that kind of environment, just asking a question, a genuine question that challenges the narrative, that actually becomes, like Dermis says, a revolutionary act.
Wow. Quite a shift from, say, Descartes doubting everything but his own thinking.
Right. I think, therefore I am. Can you imagine Descartes trying to navigate a Twitter feed today? It's a different landscape.
So if the echo chamber is real and certainty is this alluring trap, how do we fight back? What's the superpower we need?
Well, it brings us right back to the core of Dermis's argument. It's not flashy, but it's vital. We need to rediscover the art of asking better questions.
Like Voltaire said, judge a man by his questions rather than his answers.
Precisely. Getting good at questioning, again, isn't just, an academic skill. It's an act of rebellion, almost, in an age of conformity.
So being skeptical is actually the way forward. It sounds a bit negative, maybe?
But it's not about negativity or cynicism. That's a key distinction. Skepticism, Dermis argues, is not the enemy of progress. It is its guardian.
Okay, explain that. Cardia.
It's the tool that lets us sift through the noise, find the truth, or at least get closer to it. It helps us challenge the stories that limit us.
And see the world more clearly.
Yes, engage with it as it is, not just how we wish it were. Skeptics are the ones who question boldly, think deeply, and act responsibly. They light the way, really.
Okay, thinking about lighting the way. How does this apply with all the new technology coming at us, specifically AI?
That's a huge piece of the puzzle now, isn't it? Cultivating critical thinking is maybe more important because of AI.
Right.
And Dumas offers a practical framework. It starts with education, rethinking how we teach.
Moving away from just memorizing facts.
Exactly. Less rote memorization and procedural learning, much more focus on higher order thinking skills because AI can do the rote stuff now.
He uses that great history class example. Instead of just dates for World War II,
Right. Students ask why it happened. What could have been different? How does it still affect us today?
and they come up with their own questions too, like about the economic conditions in Germany. It makes it much more live.
It does. And it's also about how we learn. Using things like Socratic dialogue, debate, getting students to really examine claims together.
Not just passively receiving information.
Absolutely not.
Answer.
Or think about project-based learning, his science class example, designing a sustainable energy plan.
Okay.
Students might use AI tools for data analysis, sure, but the critical thinking part comes in reflecting on that output.
Asking things like, what assumptions did the AI make?
Exactly. And how reliable is this data? Or even the ethical side. What are the concerns if we actually implement this?
So it's about partnering with AI, not just being directed by it.
That's the key. Even in the workplace, with AI decision support tools, human judgment is still central.
So using things like SWOT analysis or root cause analysis alongside what the AI tells you.
Precisely. You use the AI to enhance your critical thinking, not replace it. It's a tool.
And this isn't just about school or work, is it? He stresses personal habits too.
Oh, definitely. It requires individual effort, shifting your mindset. You have to actively choose to engage with complexity.
This focus on questioning, he has a long history, right? It's not a new idea.
Not at all. Deep roots. You go back to Socrates, around 400 BCE, often called the founder of critical thinking.
The Socratic method.
Yep. All about asking those probing, open-ended questions, challenging assumptions, clarifying ideas, testing for consistency, guiding people to clarity through their own thinking.
And then fast forwards quite a bit, you have someone like John Dewey in the 20th century.
Right, Dewey emphasized reflective thinking, inquiry-based education. He wanted students actively engaging with experiences, analyzing problems.
Getting beyond just memorizing stuff.
Way beyond. Fostering curiosity, creativity, problem-solving by tackling real-world issues. Both Socrates and Dewey saw that real learning is active.
So we've talked about why it's important, the history. Let's get concrete. What does critical thinking actually look like? How does Dermis define it again?
He defines it as the disciplined process of analyzing, evaluating, and synthesizing information to make reasoned judgments. And crucially, it involves curiosity, skepticism, and intellectual humility. That's the superpower.
Okay, disciplined process. Makes sense. Can we look at some common pitfalls? Like logical fallacies?
Yeah, that makes it really tangible. He covers a few. One common one is the false dilemma.
The you're either with us or against us track.
Exactly that. It forces you into one of only two boxes when usually there are many more options, shades of gray. It oversimplifies reality.
We see that everywhere. And what about that Latin one?
Post hoc.
Post hoc ergo propter hoc. It's a mouthful.
Right. Means after this, therefore because of this.
Yes, it's about assuming causation just because things happen in sequence. The book's example is perfect. My car broke down after I bought new tires. The tires must be defective. It seems logical on the surface, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But maybe the car was already having issues.
Precisely. Correlation isn't causation. We make this mistake all the time, assuming B happened because of A just because B came after A. You see it with policy debates, economic changes.
It's easy to fall into.
Very easy. And both these fallacies, the false dilemma and the false cause, they tie back to that binary thinking we talked about earlier.
Seeing things in black and white.
Yeah, Dermis calls it primary obstacle to critical thinking. It really prevents you from making those nuanced, reasoned judgments.
So wrapping this up, in this age of answers, where information is everywhere but wisdom feels scarce,
Critical thinking really does feel like a superpower.
is having the guts to doubt, to ask the hard questions, to sit with complexity instead of demanding simplicity.
Absolutely. And as we move forward, especially with AI becoming more integrated into our lives, there's a final thought from Dermis worth pondering.
Oh.
Where AI excels in speed, humans must excel in reflection. The critical thinker holds the reins, ensuring the tool remains a servant, not a master.
Holding the reins. That leaves us with a question for you, the listener. How can you cultivate more of that essential reflection in your own life?